Welcome to another video about making stuff, designing a building. We're doing the Cat 5 today, the neck specifically. Right now I'm working on a solution to something that I didn't really like that much about this heel blend right here. It's a little severe, and I'll show you the geometry. So I'm going to try to make this a little less tight across this space here. I'm going to show you how to do these blends also right here that I use to build the surfaces that you saw in that last when I had that on. What I'm going to do is simply take this curve and I'm going to offset by 1/4 inch. See what that looks like. So we're going to offset, yeah, in that direction. Okay. Now we're going to simply take this curve here. All right, we'll take one of them. And I'm going to go to the side view right here. And I'm going to take these three. And I'm going to move them. So this one, we're going to just move these to this midpoint right here. Like that. Let's redo this so we don't get goofy. There we go. Okay, now we're going to take this and delete it. Well, there are two of them. That's craziness. Okay, now we're going to take this curve and we're going to add. All right. I think I got it the way that it worked. So what I did, let me back out. I took these two lines after I moved that one, and I decided to move these to these points here. Boom, boom. And then I removed the knot that was right here. And then I grabbed all three of those points, this one here. Actually, I inserted a knot. Which put one back there, but now it doesn't have the kink. If I move this single one to here, it puts the kink back in, but not as bad as it was. But if I take all three of these, see, I've lost my undo chain, but here we go. We'll take this one, this one, this one, and this one, and then I'll move that one to that point there. And now we have what I think looks like a nice curve, except for this kink on the corners. If we look at these control points here, because they're not collinear with these ones, we do not have a tangent edge. So what we're going to do is take this point and move it to where the apparent intersection is. That's on that line. Now these are in line. Let's go to our three-dimensional or perspective view again. So now when we build this surface, there won't be any geeking out on this corner, specifically right here. If you don't have everything like tangent and dialed, you will have issues with things folding when you try to make your surface. So let's try to do this. Ooh, I got that one. Okay, we need to separate this from that. So what we're going to do is explode. No, let's do it this way. We're going to split this curve with these just to make sure we're still boom. And now we have that one. Okay. Now, one of the things I like to do when I get into doing these types of adventures is I copy and paste my work over next to where I'm doing it. Simple Command C, Command V, and then I use Command Shift, Option Shift, Option Shift, and I can move that one over. So this is sort of save a copy if you mess up kind of a thing. So I have various places that's why my work is sometimes kind of a mess. I have stuff everywhere. It's just how my brain works with this. I should probably watch some more tutorials and get a little more organized, but this seems to work, and this is where I'm at. Actually, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a curve. See these these lines here, maybe I can explain how this curve building process works with the headstock end. These lines are pulled off of the center of the neck carve. So I take a midpoint here and I extend it to the same place on the corresponding point on the other end before the curve starts. Okay, so now I have a line that describes the edge of this neck. Okay, so the idea from here, what I need to do is extend these. I want to take this one, let's go way down here, and let's do the other one. Oh, zoom windows. Okay, let's take this one, extend this curve to here. It doesn't really matter where it ends. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to take this curve and we're going to copy it. Let's go from here. Yep, right there. Okay. Now that's, just make sure that this intersects. Get rid of this because this is going to help us make this blend. Let's get the other side of this next. So repeat trim. Select cutting objects. This one. Get rid of that. Okay. Oh, now that's fun. Okay. We're going to blend curve. Blend this one to this one. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cool? So we want tangency on number 1 and position on number 2. Now let's try it. What happens if we do this? Curvature. That looks nice, but I think we want a quicker blend. Position, nope. So curve, G3, G4, no, we don't want any of that business. Tangency here, see, that's going to make it the other way. It needs to be positioned. And there we have a nice curve that we can build the rest of the surface on here. So I'm going to finish this up, get to the point where I'm cutting that, I'm making the surface, and I'll show you that shortly. Network surface. Select curves in network. That one and that one. What are we gonna get? Oh, we gotta split that one out. I don't think it's gonna work. It's gonna geek it. Oh, it did work. Look at that. Wow. Nice. Okay. So B, we want tangency. C, position is good. D, what if we go with D, tangency? That doesn't change anything. So preview's on. Yep. Curvature. None of this seems to want to change anything. Let's rock that. Is it? There we go. And now we'll do it on the other end, and we'll build a new surface, and we'll compare it to the other surface that we made. This one, step in across the back, and make me something. Oh, it's gonna be all right. There we go. Ooh, I like. Okay. Now we gotta split this. No, we don't. We're gonna do another blend surface for the whole shaft of the neck. I'm sorry, I keep saying blend. It's a network surface. So we're gonna take this surface edge, this surface edge, or not, and then this one. Sometimes it gets hard to see with your truss rod on the bottom. I should have taken that out of there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do we got? What are you gonna make me? That was a little sloppy. I don't like to leave so many extra corners hanging, but blam. Now if we take these three surfaces and join them, we should get even nicer geometry. And now if we look zebra, boom, and then we can really see our edges and our blends and how they are or are not nice. These look pretty good. Zebra can be really strangely challenging to sort of get your head around as you're looking at it. Let's go to the other end. Give me a right proper zoomer. Okay. That looks pretty good. What was the other analysis tool? Just a shaded viewport here. That looks really nice. Yeah, I think we're gonna rock that. Now let's pull that other surface we had made in here and check it out. Right. Very cool. Let's get them right next to each other. Let's go with shaded viewport again. See how that's so much more severe there, and this is just a nicer. It's gonna be easier for people to carve and sand in the factory when it's like that. So that's what we're gonna do for our carve. I kind of skipped ahead here. I have to write the truss rod paths. I have to make sure that's the right length. Get that. Anyway, got to get all that sorted out. The next video we'll get into that. And then we'll cut a profile and a truss rod, kind of like what this 4-string neck sample that I have here is similar to how we're going to approach this. So we'll cut a profile all the way around the top, and then I have surfaces in the computer for this surface, and then we'll do the tuning machines. We'll get the truss rod glued in. We'll put the fingerboard on. I think for these prototypes, I'm not going to bother running the edge for the fingerboard. I will cut the end off, probably with a tool path. But getting things to line up when you flip things over and doing the edge tight can be tricky. So I could also offset everything a good 20 thousandths proud of the final line, and that way when I glue the fingerboard on, we have some room there. If there's a small error of a couple thousandths, it won't be apparent in the final thing. But if you don't do something like that and things don't line up right, then you're below spec. So that's basically the approach on here, and then we'll put the fingerboard on. We'll run the fret slots, the radius, dots, nut slot, and then I think the final thing I'm going to do is turn it over and run the carve on the back. It's a long way to wait to get to the hairiest part of it, but we've done this a few times, and should work out. So see you on the next one. Be writing tool paths for cutting these kinds of things on the 5-string.